What can you tell me about the Farms and Fields project? What's it about? How did it come about, and why?
That's actually a good question for you. You were here when it first started.
It started about 2 years ago. It was our first move, I guess, toward the green movement, and we started to, trying to find a small niche to offer local sustainable foods. Local being the primary focus. Kind of hard due to the seasonalities here in the region.
Especially.
So we kind of focus on local first, natural,
Organic.
and organic. A third. Primarily, though, you see a lot of organics being featured in the shop. It's probably one of the most easily and readily available products. So kind of started with that, kind of got some local partners. We use Grayson County Farms, and probably one of our biggest meat providers in the shop.
Which is one of the local products. It's grass-fed local beef that's featured every week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's kind of the one place that students can always go to know that they're getting local, organic, or otherwise sustainable foods. So while we want to shift all of our foods that way, it's difficult and expensive, and so this was a really good starting place for us, I think.
How many other farmers help in this project? And how did you reach out to them too?
I think it, again, depends on seasonality because our distributors are able to offer us local products as they're available.
Gotcha.
So we always use local eggs, and the meat is more readily available, so we've been able to feature Polyface Farm pork previously. So the meat and the eggs have been readily available. What we're also looking at is local milk and ice cream from Homestead Creamery, which we feature in other shops on campus already.
Yeah,
and it's
West End has it.
Fantastic ice cream
It
too.
definitely is.
Our vendor is PSP out of Roanoke. Been a pretty good partner. They kind of here in the last several months kind of really ramped up their production for us and trying to find us as local sources. We're kind of seeing PSP here in the last couple of months have really kind of bought into it and looking at some new things down the road. US Foods is another one of our prime vendor that we use.
One really amazing source for our shop is for Farms and Fields is our own garden that we have.
Oh, really?
We actually have Kitland Farms.
Partnership with horticulture.
Horticulture department. We've actually partnered with them. We actually have a student farm manager works for us on our behalf. And last year was the first time we kind of did herbs in the garden last year. This summer we're going to actually expand to vegetables,
which is really exciting.
It's exciting. So we're trying to figure out when we'll be able to provide fresh vegetables from the garden. So we're excited about that.
How successful overall do you think the project is so far in the past 2 years?
A small niche, but they're loyal. We knew going into it was going to be a challenge. Tough sell to some students, but again, it goes back to our commitment as a department to try to fit in and fill that niche of students. Kind of like the vegetarian movement. I mean, it's very small, 1% of the our meal plans.
But it's important to offer them that option.
It's important to offer it. It's definitely so is it an overwhelming success? It's successful in the eyes of what we're trying to achieve, probably local, natural, organic. From a sales standpoint, probably not.
We do have a guiding principle, a formal guiding principle that says that we're committed to promoting a sustainable food system. And this is one of, again, the best ways to start with that. So that's something that helps guide our decision making ultimately.
What other improvements are you hoping in order to basically put more spotlight on the farms and fields?
We're getting ready to introduce, like Rachel said earlier, the Homestead Creamery. We're going to put milk in, ice cream in there.
So it'll be the only place where you can get your drink, your side dish, your main dish, and your dessert. I'm really excited about the chalkboard that's there. We have a chalkboard menu that we're not using yet, but we're preparing to. And I think it's built to look like a farm stand. That was Brian's idea.
That's awesome.
And I think that'll help draw attention. So just those visual marketing things, as well as the new products, will really help.
And the last question is basically about the blog. I actually came across the old one about that Andy made. Is it part of the job description that you need to make the blog and that you need to basically promote it through the internet?
Yeah, the blog is actually, the main purpose of the blog more than anything is probably to provide the menus. So there's a menu page there. It's not hooked up into our other menu system online yet because things change so much at Farms and Fields. So the blog allows us to flexibly post the menu. And then I also use it to update students as to what's going on in the shop, but for sustainability issues all across the dining center. I expect to see us being able to do more in this upcoming season since we've really taken a year to understand how to do this. I think that the next year is going to be more promising.